Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has become the latest high-profile globalist stooge to be sacrificed, as public fury towards the global elite reaches a tipping point. Behind the scenes, powerful forces forced Trudeau into resignation, citing the ongoing investigation into alleged crimes against children and his role as a puppet for a shadowy network of elites. Despite the political theatre of his tearful resignation speech, this is only the beginning for Justin Trudeau. For years, he's been controlled by compromising material held over him. Now, the real question is, can he strike a deal with his handlers and maintain his freedom? Or will he spend the rest of his life fighting criminal charges and facing time behind bars? Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't already, and sign up to become a member of the world's first ever cyber nation that truly believes in life, liberty and the pursuit of your dreams. Visit joson.com and click the Join Us button today. It's completely free. Trudeau survived countless scandals in his political career, but this time there was no covering it up. The tide has turned, the truth is being laid bare, and it's about to expose the system of elite paedophilia practiced by the global elites. Reporting by the People's Voice and a select few other independent news outlets finally broke the damn wall, leading to a massive outpouring of damning evidence linking Trudeau to historical child sex crimes. The people of Canada have woken up to the truth. They know their Prime Minister is a puppet, controlled by blackmail. Before Trudeau's resignation announcement on Monday, the Liberal Party's approval rating had plummeted to an all-time historic low of just 16%.
So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the president of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election.
Trudeau mentioned internal battles, but that barely scratches the surface of what he's actually facing. Trudeau thinks he can escape his fate by running and hiding from the people, but resigning is not enough. Anything short of Justin Trudeau being arrested and tried before a court of law is a failure, because this man is a terrorist against his own people. He made countless good and innocent people suffer deeply psychologically, physically and financially. He destroyed livelihoods, stole incomes, harassed his own citizens, and devastated small businesses. He locked people in their homes, silenced dissenters, froze the bank accounts of protesters, and criminalised freedom of expression. He harmed children through unnecessary school closures, forced compliance with harmful mandates, and supported the chemical and physical castration of children under the guise of gender ideology. He imported terrorists, neglected public safety, divided families, eroded trust in institutions, and stripped away freedoms that generations fought to protect. You name it, he did it. All while promising sunny ways, playing dress-ups, and masquerading as a champion of equality and progress. In reality, he was an authoritarian tyrant just like his father Fidel Castro, determined to crush dissent, impoverish the nation, and eliminate personal freedom.
Oui, on va s'en sortir de cette pandémie par la vaccination. Puis on en connaît tous des gens qui sont en train d'hésiter un petit peu. On va continuer d'essayer de les convaincre. Mais il y a aussi des gens qui sont farouchement opposés à la vaccination.
Qui sont extrémistes.
Qui croient pas dans la science, qui sont souvent misogynes, souvent racistes aussi. C'est un petit groupe, mais qui prend de la place. Et là, il faut faire un choix en tant que leader, en tant que pays. Est-ce qu'on tolère ces gens-là ou est-ce qu'on dit, voyons, la plupart des gens, presque 80% des Québécois ont fait ce qu'il fallait faire, se sont fait vacciner, on veut revenir aux choses qu'on aime faire. C'est pas ces gens-là qui vont nous bloquer. Maintenant, on est dans une...
What do Bill Gates and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau have in common? They both have a habit of laughing in the least appropriate moments. They were both raised by powerful far-left fathers who initiated them into the global elite. And they were both divorced by their wives because they are elite globalist paedophiles.
Leave the kids alone, you sick fuck.
There is a paedophile ring operating at the highest levels in Canadian politics, and it's an open secret in Canadian politics that Justin Trudeau, a multi-generational global elite, has skeletons in his closet of the most disturbing kind.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I was a high school teacher before getting into politics, and I'm having a little trouble remembering what exactly the job that the Leader of the Opposition had before getting into politics.
Yes, and he left right in the middle of the semester, and I'm having trouble remembering why.
Let's take a look at recent revelations by Kyle Kemper, Justin Trudeau's half-brother, who revealed that the Canadian Prime Minister does not write his own speeches or tweets, but instead performs like a dancing monkey, reading scripts written for him by his globalist overlords. Trudeau is not speaking from his heart, insists his brother, who adds, blackmail is a very powerful tool. We've been saying for years that Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum are penetrating governments and installing compromised puppet leaders. Ready for some proof you can share around?
To anybody who's been blackmailed out there, or went to a white party, for example, and took a sip of a drink and got a little bit crazy, and then you're a little bit disconnected from reality, and all of a sudden you find yourself participating in some sort of sick ritual, and guess what? You find out later that that was all recorded, and now you need to do what we tell you to do. You're a victim. You're trapped. You may have consciously made that decision, but by giving in to the blackmail and continuing to do the orders and execute the tyranny of the extreme minority that seeks to rule through blackmail, coercion, deception, division, release yourself from them. First, apologize to yourself, forgive yourself, be thankful for that experience, it's tough, and then love thyself, but move forward. And remember, your right action, you can never doubt yourself for taking right action. And you're not alone. There's a lot of people that have been blackmailed and set up and offered deals. And some of you consciously took it because it was the cool thing to do. Or you could see, the riches, the wealth, the power. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And you're actively contributing to a parasitic energy that is rotting and hindering the growth of planet Earth and civilization, humanity.
When you look at the history of people like Jeffrey Epstein, what their role was, to trap people and blackmail people. And you think about a lifetime of opulence and opportunity, you're probably you make mistakes or you get coerced into doing something bad. And I've heard from, multiple people, not specific to Justin, but of situations where, all of a sudden it's this girl comes out of nowhere and she's on it, and you're in a special room or a special house, and it's come on, let's do that. Oh, you're married, but they're pushing and they're trying to make something happen. And this is how when a camera's on, then it's recorded, then you're blackmailed. And so blackmail is a very powerful tool.
Those with keen memories will remember that Trudeau's entry into politics in 2008 was dogged by a scandal from his days as a teacher at Vancouver's elite West Point Grey Academy. Before we get into the allegations that Trudeau is desperate to cover up, it's worth making note of a couple of facts. Christopher Charles Ingvaldson, a teacher at West Point Grey Academy who also went to college with Trudeau, was found guilty of child pornography charges after being caught directing an international paedophile ring. This man was Justin Trudeau's best friend at the time. Justin Trudeau and Ingvaldson have been closely linked since their days as roommates at college, and after completing their teaching degrees, they both received job offers from West Point Grey Academy. After becoming Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau encouraged Ingvaldson to run for political office as a member of the Liberal Party. Ingvaldson announced his desire to be a Liberal MP candidate in the district of Vancouver Kingsway, and developed a social media page announcing his plans to run. However, his arrest and subsequent imprisonment on child porn and paedophilia charges have ended any chance Ingvaldson had of entering politics, even in Trudeau's Liberal Canada. The revelation that Justin Trudeau's close friend is a paedophile has come as no surprise to Canadians who've been watching the Liberal Prime Minister closely, including the opposition leader. So why did Justin Trudeau leave his teaching job halfway through the school term? Spoiler alert, it involves a very young victim. And she was far from the only one. Justice is closing in on Trudeau, now entangled in the Diddy scandal, with his legacy poised to go up in flames like an effigy. Canadian media can't report on this story, but we can. We've got the details after this important word from our sponsor.